Hey everyone, welcome to today's Lunch and Learn. I'm so excited to speak to you about the real estate market. It has been a while since I've been here on the Lunch and Learns. Hopefully you've missed me as much as I've missed you and being here and talking about the market. My name is Robert Schoonover. I am an OSA licensed here in Mississippi and Tennessee. And I have a co-host here. You want to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name's Melissa Kitchens. This is my first time for Lunch and Learn because I just got my real estate license back in June, and actually my Tennessee license, and now I have my Mississippi license as well. So yes, it's my first time here, so I'm excited to be here.
That's great. That's great. Well, hopefully you guys are staying dry. It's a little wet out there. We got the rain coming in, a storm. So stay safe, stay dry.
Stay dry.
Yep. We also have a co-host guest with us today. We're going to talk about him later on today. This animated Reaper. We'll discuss, the giveaway that we have coming up. So he's going to help us host today's Lunch and Learn. Hopefully you guys have your lunch and just hang out with us for the next little bit, and we talk about the real estate market.
Sounds good. So you want to talk about our topics for the day? Will we go over this?
Yeah.
All right. So today on the topics for the day, we are going to go over what's going on in our market. The biggest mistakes sellers are making right now. Are home prices going to go down? Everybody wants to know that. And the housing market update and how the inventory is looking right now. So we're going to touch on all those things today.
Well, we sure are.
Robert?
Okay. I do have some questions before we even dive into this because there's a lot to talk about.
Yes,
yes. How have you been spending your weekends? What have you been into?
That
way we get to learn a little bit about us.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay. So first things, let's see. Okay, I'm a mom of two. Both my kids are grown, so I'm an empty nester, and so I'm working all the time. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, but I retired and now I'm working two jobs. But I love it. Love it, love it, love it. And I spend my weekends mostly because it's September. We have started football season. We go tailgating. We love the Grove. And most Saturdays, you'll find me in the Grove tailgating. This Saturday, though, I will be at an open house, which is my second favorite thing to do is host open houses.
Great. And
what about you?
Yeah, we'll discuss a bunch of those open houses.
Yes.
We have a few of them. Getting set up. Well, for me, I recently, and I think I told you guys before, I recently got that boat. So I try to take my kids out on the lake. Now Arcabatla is no more.
Oh, no. It's dried up.
It'll be dry for a few years now. So we're hitting Sardis Lake and Enid Lake and everything, and just taking the kids out, making sure they make memories while they're still young. I am not an empty nester. I have 4 kids at home. So you gotta keep them busy.
Busy dad right here.
But now that the weather is here, I'm just gonna stick around. Maybe do an open house.
You can't get out on the boat right now.
Check some houses and do some showings.
Back to work.
Back to work.
Back to work. Here we go.
And speaking about work, let's talk about the market.
Okay.
You want to ask the
Sure. Okay, let's do the first question, Robert.
Let's do it.
All right. What are the key factors to consider when determining the right price for a home when you want to sell? How do you get that right price?
Well, that is the magic question. If you go too high, you're not going to see a bunch of buyers, and no one's going to want to see it. You go too low, and you kind of not wasted away, but you missed out on earnings that you could have.
Absolutely.
And the equity is kind of wasted in that. So to price out your home, get with a real estate agent. I mean, that's what we do.
Yes.
We're in it.
We'll tell you a fair price.
Day in and day out. We eat, sleep, real estate. I mean,
Absolutely
we're doing real estate while we
eat
our lunch. So that's just what we do. But it really depends on your location. And that determines the market in your area. If you go on, you use like online sites, they're just general, they're broad. They kind of tell you this city is going up or going down, and so it kind of gives you a general idea. But as a real estate agent, we're able to be a little bit more specific in your neighborhood and the house itself, and really give you a good price. So we need to go there. We need to see the home.
Right. And you compare it to the homes around it too, right? To see how.
Yep. If prices, we know if the direction is going up or down.
Yeah.
So we can price it off of that.
Right.
Also. So.
Okay. That's
Just
awesome.
really
I
just need to
appreciate you answering
really
that.
just need to
Yeah.
give us a call. In fact, about that, if you want to give us a call, you can reach me again, Robert Schoonover, 919-440-5884.
And my name's Melissa again. Just don't forget that. 662-316-7917. I would love for you to call me and we'll take a look at your house and get it
Yeah.
on the market.
All right, so we talked about the pricing the home a little
Right,
bit,
right.
but now that you want to sell your home, and what is a effective way to stage your home when you?
Okay. Yes, I'm actually still learning these things, but I'm telling you, these are the things that I'm seeing. Take down all your pictures. You don't want any family photos out. You want everything to be as clean and neat and clutter free as possible. And I say neat, clean. Oh, make it light up. Like open all the blinds, make it bright, make
Yep.
it look good. Get rid of anything that you don't want in your home that would be a negative look
I
to
mean,
it.
and we really think of staging on the inside, but I mean, you
Oh,
want to
outside
stage
too.
outside too.
Better
You
work on
take
that curb
care of,
appeal.
yep, curb
Yeah.
appeal, landscape, and everything.
Landscape's
But
a big thing.
like you said, the pictures, taking the pictures down, then it's
And
important.
yeah.
One, because if you don't know if you have any enemies, and you don't want them to know, right?
Right.
And also it helps the buyer walk in and just picture themselves in that
Right.
house.
In their
And
own
it's hard
home.
when they're seeing a face of you and your
Absolutely.
family.
I get that.
Um,
Yeah. I totally get that.
and
Yeah.
just imagine how you would want to walk in that home,
Right.
and then try to
Make it your own.
make it that.
And
So
visualize it as your own home.
declutter,
Yes.
like you mentioned, nice and clean.
Yep. Yep.
You don't want it
I
empty. If you don't
No,
have
too
to,
empty. Yeah, that's a whole nother thing
then it makes them
too.
hard to visualize how
Right.
they're
They
having
need
it.
to
So,
see how to set up these homes sometimes. Like, how would you use this room? Oh, that could be a formal dining room. Or that could be like a little den or an office. So sometimes just sitting things in there just kind of gives them that vision that they might not have to begin with.
well, that's right.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, what do you think some common mistakes are to avoid when buying your first home?
One of the biggest mistakes that I can think of is most first-time home buyers use an agent, and I highly advise you to do that. I mean, this is what we
Please
do.
do.
This is our job, right? And we know the ins and outs, and I don't know if they're trying to save money or whatever the reason. Talk to us, because a lot of times there's misinformation out there, and we can educate you on that. But not listening to your agent. I mean,
Right.
they think they see something on TikTok, and it's not, and that might be true, but it might be true for another market and whatnot. So,
Right.
not listening to your agent, at least our advice. There's
Right.
nothing that you have to do, but just take it in,
Gotcha.
and not looking at it as a transaction. They get too emotional. Now, this is a home. It's big. It's our first home. It is an emotional sense, but you you start negating it, and you can put yourself in a bad position if you don't look at it as a transaction, when your feelings are involved.
Oh, yeah, because you're acting on those emotions.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. All right. How does the condition of the real estate market affect your buying or selling strategy? So right now, we are seeing in Tennessee, we've got quite a bit of inventory right now. We're looking at like 3,700 as opposed to Mississippi with only like 900. So the inventory I've noticed since I've been here, just these short months, I'm seeing it though increase every time, every week. So instead of it going down, it's getting better. So I feel like right now is the time to buy, honestly.
Yeah.
You've got so much inventory to look for if you're in Tennessee.
Well,
And Mississippi's changing too.
and
So
we
tell
do
them
have
about that.
we do have that slight uptick, but we still are fairly low, in inventory. So if you're looking to sell, also, contact us. We
Yeah,
want to get your house on the market, but we're seeing rates are projected to go down.
right.
That's going to bring in more buyers. So
Right now we're like at five, between 5 and 6 in some places.
yeah,
We said that they could lock you in at a 5 and even 4.99 with this new
with the
new
yeah,
instruction
the
construction.
new
Excuse
builds,
me.
yeah, you can lock in with
Yes.
the 4.9. Yeah, we're seeing them, like you mentioned, locking in at fives. So
Right.
rates are going down. That's going to bring in more buyers, and I mean, not necessarily going to have a feeding frenzy, but it does, lean towards that, and you start getting more buyers, and then you have to.
Back to that new construction, I was just remembering we found out the other day that you can get $10,000 down on closing costs.
That's great. That's
So
awesome.
10,000 down, and you've got your interest rates coming down. What are you waiting for?
I think
Seriously.
they might be waiting for more competition and make it harder for themselves.
Exactly. Right now, if you get your house out there in Mississippi, people they're
That's
going to
right.
buy your house quickly, very quickly. All right. Let's look at some more questions that we can go over. All right. So let's say you're selling your home.
Okay.
What kind of documents, essential documents, would we need?
I mean, to get to the completion process, the closing, you're going to need some title work that your closing attorney will do a title search and make sure that that's free and clear.
Right.
Making sure you are able to sell that home and it's yours.
Absolutely.
It's not trying to be someone else.
Okay.
As a seller, you'll be filling out paperwork on the condition of the home. We have a PCDS, property condition disclosure.
Disclosure, yes.
It's just stating, whether if it's bad or good, and you got to be truthful to that.
Right.
And then other than that, it's just, contracts. This is a big, huge purchase. I mean, you can't even go and buy a car without signing something.
Absolutely.
There's a contract involved.
Right. Right.
So that's some other documentation that would be in the process.
Yeah. Okay. Our special guest has kind of distracted me just a little bit. Yeah.
I can't wait to tell you guys about
I
it.
I know. It's going to be so great. Okay, so I'm going to tell the people about the credit scores.
Okay.
Let's see what you need to do. Like, if you feel like your credit score is not where it needs to be, there are some specific things that you can do. We do have credit repair specialists. We also we can actually help you, consult you a little bit on that, and just kind of help you to figure out things to do. Maybe just paying for some of these small little bills, get those done and get out of the way. And then we can get that credit. And a lot of FHA and FHA and conventional loans, you just have to have like a 580
minimum.
minimum 580 to get.
You want to go higher.
Right, of course. But if you think yours is not high enough, then
there's still options.
There's options, big time options. Yeah. And there's different types of mortgage loans out there. I mean, you've got the VA loans, which is the best, I feel like, because you have no money down.
That's right.
That's awesome. And there's some USDA loans, no money down there. Mm-hmm. There's even some first-time home buyer grants and things. There are so many ways that you can get the home that you want. Mm-hmm. And get the kind of loan that you want. And we work with so many lenders. They're coming in here every day. I had another guy come the other day, just kind of telling me what he can do. Even discounts for teachers, nurses, what else? Firefighters, first responders. All of you guys can get special discounts. I'm like, I was a teacher for so long. I didn't even know about that one. So that kind of aggravated me. I was like, I missed out on that.
The biggest thing you need to know is just you need to talk to us. Come in, we get a game plan going. Even if you're not ready to buy now, we kind of get it to where we can work towards that. Right. I speak to individuals that we just find out that they're not ready. We think they're ready. We look into it. We get a game plan. Okay, if you do this, this, and this, at this next time, you will be ready to buy. And it kind of goes back to that credit score thing. Make sure you're paying stuff off and really focusing on that. This is a big
paying
purchase.
It on time too. Yeah, paying those little bills off and paying them on time. That will just help build that credit score up. Mm-hmm. Yep. And okay, let's look at factors that can influence the appraisal value of a home.
Okay, I mean, just the condition of the home is the big one. But the current market, if we're seeing home prices go up or if we're seeing home prices go down, it's going to appraise off of that.
Right.
And then which market you're in, if you're in an area that is going up, or a lot of people are fleeing the city, so we're starting to see the
True.
suburbs
True.
really grow, and that
I've talked to a lot of Memphis people wanting to move into DeSoto County.
Yep.
They're wanting to move further out here.
Like in South Haven, Hornlake is going up to where they're trying to even go even
Ranch.
farther than that.
Yes,
so
they're all the way into
Hernando
Valhalla
and-
now.
Yep,
Like
that's
homes
starting
are,
to grow
it's just
too. Oh,
really
yes.
getting bigger back
Yep.
there. There was something else I was just thinking about when we were talking about that.
Okay.
Trying to remember. Keep talking about
Okay.
that. I know it's going to come back to
appraisals
me.
and the condition of the
Yeah,
home.
yeah,
Make
yeah.
sure how many
Oh, your
things and-
appraisals. Like, so for instance, just a year ago, my house was a certain price, and now it's jumped up 100,000 more, basically. So that's what I'm saying. It does depend on your location
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
and the equity that you have in your home already, plus the rates of the houses and the appraisal value. You would be surprised what your appraisal could be.
Yep.
We can actually do something for you, and we can give them those little handy dandy reports, right?
Yes.
And let them know what their houses are worth. So just in case you were kind of wondering.
So we're not licensed appraisers, but being in the market and seeing the house, the price of houses and which way we're going, we can do a CMA, comparative market analysis.
Tell them again. CMA.
CMA, comparative market analysis.
Yes.
And what it is it is our best judgment using our expertise,
right.
And seeing how there's houses that are in the area, and we're trying to price it out on what we would sell the home or purchase a home for.
Right. Okay. All right. Anything else you want to talk about on that topic?
Yes, you did mention equity.
Equity that you have built into your home.
Can you explain that a little bit more?
Yeah. So let's say this is kind of a funny story, but I bought 2 houses in my same neighborhood. I love my neighborhood so much.
You must really love that neighborhood.
I do. I love it. So yeah, I bought a house on one street and I moved over to the next street. But just the equity that I've already built, well, I've built a ton of equity into the first home and was able to carry it over to my new home and get it at a price that I wanted and I was comfortable with.
Okay. Nice.
So having that equity.
What is equity?
It's the value that you have built into your home.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I mean,
is that a trick question?
I'm trying to tell them.
Okay.
You know what it is. You gotta tell them.
Yeah. It's like, okay.
No trick questions.
I love it. All right. Let's talk about this. Is now a good time to buy?
It is.
Yes.
And we kind of mentioned that earlier.
I think it's like
we're seeing
right on time.
We're projected to see rates go down even more. They have gone down already.
Yep.
At one point we're hitting 8s, and now we're
Just
locking in
since
at
I've
5s.
been here. Yeah.
High 5s, and new build 499. So rates have gone down, and they're projected to go down more. And you want to beat out the competition that are just waiting. Those that have, you may wait and then miss the train. If you get it and the rates go down, then you just refinance. You have the house.
Oh, that's right.
And you have a better rate.
Absolutely.
And if the rates go up, then you just laugh at everybody because you have your home at a good rate. So.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And your lenders will do that refinancing. Yeah.
A lot of
them do that.
A lot of them will do it within a 1-year time frame for free.
Yes,
a lot.
They will.
There are some that don't, so I can't say they all do.
Right. But many do.
But many do.
We actually were able to get that also. Got my house note down to like
nice.
It's such a nice price. And also we're talking about the best home prices to sell right now would probably be between 200,000 and 300,000. And I would say, I have been seeing the average price sell in Tennessee was what, $399 or $389. It was something like that. Do you remember what the Mississippi one?
I don't at this time.
I think they're very similar.
I think
they're very similar. But I'm saying that is like the average price right now. So if you're ready to sell your home and it's between 200,000 and 300,000, it's gonna probably sell just like that.
Do you know why they sell?
Because they're affordable?
Yes, they are affordable. So the renters out there, what they're paying per month, it pretty much
ridiculous.
Yeah,
astronomical.
And it keeps going up. But what they're paying if you were to buy a home is typically in the 200-ish range, and so that's why those are
Yeah.
going.
And if we could if we can get you guys to see all that money you're putting into rent, you could put it into a home where you invest in it and you own it. You're building wealth for yourself.
That's right. Through equity.
So give us a call and we're going to help you. All right.
That's right.
Okay, so our next topic is closing costs. You got to be prepared for this, but there are so many ways that we know to get around all of this. Yes, you can go ahead and start us off.
All right, so let's talk about what closing costs are first,
okay,
and then we'll talk about
because they may not know
the options there. All right, so closing costs are essentially just anyone who is helping, in this transaction, they want to get paid.
Right,
They're not doing it for free or
nobody does anything for free.
For McDonald's French fries, they want to get paid, right? And that's what all the closing costs are. They're fees. You have your application fee from your lender, credit report fees because they're pulling your credit, origination fees for your loan, appraisal fees, so your appraiser is getting paid, home inspection, your insurances. So you have title insurance, but you also have homeowners insurance. More fees. And then the city and the state have their taxes, and we actually just got our numbers, and then we talked about it before.
Just right in. Look at this. Average date on the market in Tennessee, 84 days. Okay, $398,000. Okay, this is like, did I not say that? I was really close to that number.
I think you said.
And Mississippi is at 386,000.
So just a little bit.
So yeah. And look, 84 and 90. So we're looking at an average.
Close to 3 months.
2 to 3 months. It's not a big deal because that gives you time to get your things in order. Go ahead and get that moving company ready and pack your things up. You got 2 or 3 months and you're out and you're ready for your new home.
Yes, you are. And that is the average. So, and a lot of times, it's less than that.
Yeah.
The last 3 that I've sold have been in contract, within a week. So
there you go.
Give us a call. Let's get this your home sold.
Right. And I'm seeing homes in my neighborhood. They're going just like that. My house sold within 24 hours. The first one I was telling you about.
Yeah, I think that average is typically lower, but there's probably 1 or 2 houses that just won't sell because they're an issue, so that brings up the average higher. It makes it look a little worse than it is. All right, so back to the closing costs. So we did forget the attorney fees because we gotta have a closing attorney. Paid too. Yep.
Yes.
And so with closing costs, that's all that all the fees, and we see it typically between 2 and 5% of your home. So we can't say, hey, your fees are this much money because it just depends on the price of the home. It also depends on location because your property taxes, will change depending on where you're located.
You got county, city taxes.
Exactly.
It does depend on those things.
But ways to negate them, a lot of times the sellers, are paying for
those closing costs. So we can wipe out a lot of that.
And I think you mentioned a new build was doing
$10,000 in concessions.
That's awesome.
Concessions. Yeah, they'll actually pay that much. So they're going to pay for all those fees for you. So
that's great. So
why wouldn't you do that?
If you don't have that, big savings and you're meeting the minimum credit score, so we're having down payment assistance, you're having closing costs paid for by the sellers.
Boom, boom.
It does take some money to purchase a home. It's a big purchase, but there are ways to help negate a lot of those.
Absolutely.
That need for the money.
Okay, and we can also negotiate with the seller.
Right.
Lots of sellers right now, especially if their home's been on the market for a little while, they're already, we've seen this too. We've seen the trend. If their house is out there on the market 80 days or more, they're coming down. Yeah. They are dropping those prices. Plus, they're going to pay a lot of times your closing costs. So
the longer it's been on the market.
Yes. I would definitely be looking at those homes because they're definitely going to be motivated to sell, and they're going to want somebody to buy right away.
That's right.
And a lot of them are just willing to work with you. And we're here to
well,
help.
hopefully they are.
We're here to help with that too.
Hopefully they are. Yeah, but that's our job is, we assist you and guide you in the negotiating process.
Right, right.
So the biggest mistake sellers are making right now, being unwilling to negotiate.
Right.
We just flowed right into that one.
Yeah, we did.
And it almost kind of goes back into what I said originally with the new home buyers.
Yeah.
Think of it, they get too emotional. Hey, my daughter or kids grew up in this house. It has notches of their height, and they don't want to negotiate because it just means too much to them. But at the end of the day, it's a home.
A little bit.
It's a transaction.
Right, right. A transaction.
I mean, we can get you if you're moving for a reason, and we can. And there's numerous
to find
reasons,
your dream home,
right? But if your dream isn't to stay in that home, it's to get another home. So
absolutely, absolutely. All right. Let's see. So what to know about closing costs? All right. Shopping around for home insurance. Since rising home insurance is a challenge in many areas, take the time to get a clear picture of all your options. Don't just pick the first one. Check them out. Call them.
I mean, a lot of people do that for car insurance. They shop around for car insurance. They want the best rate, but then when it comes to
houses, why wouldn't you do that? Right now.
Which one they drive by first?
No.
Shop around, get the best rate for you, just like in your car. Get the right price. And it's covering what you need covered.
Yes. Okay, looking into closing cost assistance, we actually been talking about that for a little bit already. Yeah. And yes. All right, so we actually even talked about the housing market too, the inventory and all that. But and the new construction now, okay, well, let's talk. We didn't really talk a lot about new construction very much here. We do know there are several homes going up right now still. Yeah. And if you're looking at new builds, Legacy, if you DR Horton, Skylake.
Yeah, that's a big one here.
There's another one I was trying to remember. But yeah, those new construction, they are coming, like we said, $10,000 in concessions that they will pay.
For certain ones. That's why we need to know what you're looking for and what areas to find out what builders are there. And then we can talk about what incentives they have.
True.
Just because they all have their own.
And they have their own little plans, and you can look at the style homes too and see if that's something that you're interested in.
Which is why they need to reach us. Give us a call.
That's right, us. By the way, let's tell our numbers again. 662-316-7917. Write that down.
And that was to reach who?
Melissa.
And to reach Robert, call 919-440-5884.
That's right. That's right. Okay. All right. Open house in today's market. Ooh, speaking of open houses.
I was going to say, what's his number?
Wait. Okay. We don't know his number yet. No, we do. We're just not telling you yet. But first. Yes. Let's talk about open houses. So I'm super excited. Okay. So I got my Mississippi license just this week.
Yes. That's awesome.
And I know. So now I'm dual licensed. So I can work in Tennessee and Mississippi. And I'm super excited about it. Well, just so happens that my first showing in this weekend is going to be right down the road from where I live.
Oh, great.
Right down Pleasant Hill. Yay.
Just walk there.
No, not necessarily. Okay. I don't want to walk down there in my nice hills and stuff like that.
There's no sidewalks.
No sidewalks. I might get run over. I don't need to get run over. Anyway, this gorgeous home. I have like a flyer, and I'm going to be posting that out there for you to see. And yeah, just go back and look on my Facebook page because I'm going to have it out there. You're going to see where to come. I'm even going to make like a video about it. I actually did the other day. We did the realtor luncheon. Yep. We got to go see it. So I got a sneak peek. I went all around that house. I was like, I love this house. Oh my gosh. And little did I know I was going to get to go show it this weekend. So I was like, yes. So I'm excited about that.
What are the advantages of having an open house for the seller?
For the seller. So they can have well, first of all, we're putting it out there on the media. Everybody's going to know about it. Our signs are out there. Our flyers are out there. And so many people are seeing this on the media, and they're going to get to come and look at it themselves. And let's say, okay, what if they live way out of state or something? Well, guess what? I still got a video of it so they can see it and they can call me and I can book a showing, private showing just for you. Yes. But the sellers, they get to show how amazing their house is. Sorry, I got off track a little bit, but I get so excited about open houses. I love them so much.
No, that's great. Keep talking. They're learning and I'm lunching.
Yeah. Okay. Your fries are getting cold, by the way. No. Oh, and let's see. Back to the open house. So we've
The
got
buyers.
some buyers.
Why
Yes.
is it advantageous
Buyers.
for the buyers?
Well, they want to get in there and see what there is to offer. This one that I'm going to go show has got over $100,000 in upgrades.
Wow.
You have to see it in person to really appreciate it.
It really is beautiful.
It really
They did a
was.
good job.
We even saw like before and after, like oh, and I know, oh, it's in on a treed, little treed area, and it's got a pond that they can actually put the water in. Like it's concreted out. You can have like a huge goldfish pond out in the front. You got the treed area, and I could just visualize a sweet family living in this home. Yeah, don't you know?
Yeah.
All
And
the
they'll enjoy it too. It's tons of
yes, and
parking.
the big backyard the kids could play in. Like, yeah, I think it would be a great home for a big family. Don't
Sure would.
you?
And there's a detached garage,
Yeah.
and room in the back for RV or
RV,
whatever
a
you
boat,
need. Or the boat.
whatever you have that you need to put out there. Absolutely. All right. So we do have a couple. Every weekend, all of our people here. Are you showing one this weekend?
I am not doing one this weekend.
Not this weekend, but you did last weekend.
I did last weekend.
Why don't you tell us about what last weekend's went?
It went well. I mean, like you mentioned, the purpose of the open house is they bring in buyers, and it's kind of a stress-free. It's open.
Absolutely.
Just come on in. Doesn't need to be scheduled or anything. So that's the great thing about an open house. So definitely stop by our open houses. But for this weekend, like I'm not doing one like we mentioned, but we have Ashton doing one at 221 Magnolia Gardens Drive in Hernando. And it's a great house. She'll be doing it 2 to 4 this Saturday. So come out and see Ashton there. Again, 221 Magnolia Gardens Drive in Hernando.
In Hernando. And I'll be right on Pleasant Hill Road. It's 3740 Pleasant Hill Road. And that's in the Nesbitt area. I'll be there Saturday from 2 to 4.
Awesome. Well,
absolutely.
Yeah, come by and
I want you to come see this house. You are going to love it. Oh my gosh. So just what we are going to, we've been waiting to tell you about our co-host here. But here he is, and he will stand at 10 feet tall.
Yeah, he's not just this tall with us sitting down. He
towers
above us.
Also, we heard you can't really see, but there's 2 hidden skulls that pop out, and it talks, and it's really creepy and scary.
Screaming in there, and it's just great.
You got to have that for your front yard. Everybody's gonna love it. All the little trick-or-treater kids are gonna love that.
Now, how do they
win this? Okay, so that's the thing. You're gonna have to call this number. Now, you probably need to write this down. If you got pen and paper, write it down. You know what? I can post this also on my social media. By the way, speaking of social media, Keller Williams, we have Pinterest. Did you know that? I did not know that until today. Facebook, Instagram, the home gurus of Keller Williams. It will be on YouTube, Insta, Facebook, and Pinterest. You can find us on all the apps, okay? And now, I'm going to tell you.
I'm trying to get them back into MySpace also. So when that comes
back. MySpace, that's so old. Stop. Nobody even remembers MySpace anymore. All right, so what you have to do is you got to call here, okay? This is the number. I'm going to tell you the number in a minute. From 12 to 6, okay? We're all going to be up here working the lines. We're going to be excited to get you to call in. I'm going to call all my people in my sphere, man. My people are going to win this.
Have them call in.
Anyway, from 12 to 6, you call in.
On October 1st.
On October the 1st, yes. And then on October 2nd, we're going to make the announcement of who wins, okay? A name will be drawn, and somebody's going to win.
Woo.
All right, here's the number. You ready for it?
Oh, I'm ready.
901-316-7901. Now you'll need to call that number. Also, if you call in and you make a referral,
Yes.
you get
extra
extra entries. There was another way. What was the other way? There was something else they have to do.
If you go in and give us not a critique, what's it called?
Oh, a review.
A review.
A
That's
review
the
of the Home Gurus of Keller Williams. That's it. Good. All right, so let's write this number down. I know you probably were like, oh, wait, I didn't get it. So I'm going to tell you one more time. 901 316 7901. You know you want to win this special guest right here.
Call in October 1st.
Call in.
From 12 to 6.
We'll
901-316-7901. Yep. Sorry, I had to. Just in case you
wanted
didn't
to
get
say
it.
it too. Yeah, I know. I get it.
I'm just so excited for this.
I know.
I want to call in myself, I think.
I know,
All right,
right?
so
we could get our family members too. I'm just kidding.
so October 1st is when we're calling in from 12 to 6.
Mhm.
October 2nd, we're going to announce it. We're going to go live. So you're going to hopefully hear your name when we announce it. Make sure you are able to come to our South Haven office.
Yeah, right here on Getwell.
To pick up, right here at Getwell.
4C.
To pick up the
Reaper.
He needs a name.
He does need a name.
Fred.
But you know what? No, they're going to want to name it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So we won't name it just yet. But
That's
when you
personal.
hear your name and you won, you can come in and tell us the Reaper's name.
Yes, we want to know.
All right. So I had a great lunch and learn with you. Thanks for
Yeah,
stopping
man.
by.
This was so
Hopefully
fun.
you guys got to eat a little bit more than we got to eat.
Yeah, I'm good. I had my Dr. Pepper.
I had my chicken nuggets, fries, and a drink, but I didn't really get to do much of that.
All right, now we can share those nuggets.
I am, you can have one. You can have one. I am so glad to be here. Right?
I'm glad to be here too. We're dry. We're not out there in that rain. Yuck.
Yes. Stay safe, stay dry, and
call us. Keller Williams, Home Gurus. Yes.